corporate betrayal in the cutthroat world of tech, loyalty is often just another commodity to be traded. I learned this the hard way when my closest colleague and friend Eric decided that his ambition was worth more than our years of teamwork and trust. We had started at Zenith Solutions around the same time, two ambitious developers ready to make a name for ourselves. We pulled all-nighters debugging faulty code, covered for each other when deadlines loomed, and even dreamed of launching a startup together one day. At least that's what I thought. Then came the promotion opportunity, the coveted lead developer position. I had worked tirelessly for it, spearheading the company's most successful project to date. Eric had been part of the team, sure, but he was never the one staying late, fixing last-minute issues, or presenting the final product to the board. I assumed it was a given that the role would be mine, until Eric got it instead. At first, I told myself the higher-ups had made a mistake, that they valued his charisma over my technical skill, but then I overheard something that made my blood run cold. Yeah, I had to make sure they knew about his inconsistencies. No way I was letting him get ahead of me. The words came from Eric's mouth, spoken with smug confidence in the break room while he chatted with another colleague. I felt my hands clench into fists. Inconsistencies? What the hell was he talking about? It didn't take long to find out. He had been feeding management lies about me for months, subtly undermining my credibility, taking credit for my late-night fixes and blaming me for issues he had caused. He had played the long game, making himself look like the real brains behind our success while quietly burying me. I could have confronted him. I could have shouted and demanded justice. But instead, I did what any good engineer does. I built a solution. First, I played the waiting game. I let him settle into his new role, let him bask in the glory, let him think he had won. Meanwhile, I made sure I had my own backups, emails, Slack messages, Git commits, all proving exactly who had done the real work. Then I struck. One of our biggest clients was preparing for a crucial system upgrade. I had written most of the core architecture, but Eric, in his newfound arrogance, insisted on overseeing the final implementation himself. I knew he had no idea how deep the code went, no real understanding of the delicate configurations required to keep the system stable. I sat back and let him crash and burn. When the upgrade failed spectacularly, costing the company thousands in downtime, he scrambled for excuses. That's when I dropped the bombshell. I sent management a detailed report complete with time-stamped proof showing exactly who had done the real work all along. Eric was fired within the week. I didn't take his job, I didn't want it anymore. Instead, I took an offer from a competitor, one that had been waiting for me the moment they saw how valuable I was. As I left Zenith Solutions, Eric sat at his desk, head in his hands, knowing he had gambled and lost. Some betrayals you can forgive. But some deserve to be repaid in full.